It's been so long since I put out content on this page. I put one last week, but that was very rushed. But yeah, it's been a while, and the major reason why I'm not putting out so much content on this page is because I try to go the vlogging route, but vlogging is a lot of work, especially for me that has a lot on my schedule. I don't know if it has or have, but please take the English like that. So now I am in the office, and I just quickly went through the things I need to do today. I have four major responsibilities, four major key things that I need to do, and the first one is to chart, of course, to go through the chart and look for opportunities. I'm currently on a trade on Euro USD though. So Euro USD trade is running, and I have other activities that I need to attend to. The first one is to complete a presentation slide that I'm working on, because I have a presentation to do tomorrow or next. And then after that, I need to create content for the corporate page and then my social media as well. So that's two. And then the third one would be to, or rather the fourth, because chat was already listed. So I also need to reach out to some of my students to see their progress, and also, reach out to those who are interested in taking up trading. So yes, let us get to that. But before we proceed, let us look at what this market has in store for us today. So the first asset class I'm looking out for is gold. I'm already in a trade on USD, but we're going to go through that. But you know what? Let's just start from DXY. Let's just look at what the dollar currency index is currently doing. As usual, I like to start my analysis on the monthly time frame, just so I can mark out the most recent swing and see where price is most likely to head next. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and mark out this swing that I see right here on my chart, right? So I'm expecting the XY to trade a bit lower. There's still more gap for the XY to go lower before it continues its overall move, which is right here on the chart. And even in between this Fibonacci level, you can see that there's a fair value gap right here that price could trade into. So it's about two confluences at this zone. Then to the weekly time frame, yeah, same thing. There's also a support level right at that confluence zone that should serve as an extra oomph to push price upward. So this was a previous resistance turn support. So two things: it's either this level holds again and pushes price up to continue with the weekly trend, because on the weekly time frame, it is safe to say we're in an uptrend. Price took out the zone, right? So, and it came back to retest. So on the XY weekly time frame, it's safe to say we are in an uptrend, so price could retrace into the zone and then continue to buy. On the daily time frame, same thing. It's just to go down and keep refining to have better views. If I was trading the DXY now, I could have easily gone ahead and said, oh, I'm going to feed this, as if I'm going to see any sort of opportunity. But even if I was going to do that, there's really nothing to do here, because my goal is for it to trade all the way into the daily POI, right? Or the monthly POI. So now that I have that in view, let's also look at Euro USD. I took the pending limit route on this asset class. You can see that it's still running. So as usual, monthly time frame, most recent structure point here is to the downside. So on the weekly time frame, I just went ahead to mark out my most recent swing and confirm my trend. Our trend on Euro USD is to the downside. We're currently in a bearish trend, but I'm looking to buy. I'm buying to sell. What does that mean? You can see it on my chart. So I'm looking to buy this from here all the way into the zone and then continue to sell, right? So the thing that gave me that extra confidence to take that trade was the gap that the market left when it opened. Look at the 1 hour time frame. Do you see that? So I chose to go the pending limit route on this, and then price just tapped into that, and it is now buying. So I'm looking to buy all the way back into this zone. And my stop loss is about 37 pips and my take profit is 76. So basically a 1:2 on this trade, and I'll be out. So this is still running. And let's just look at gold. Let's look at gold. For gold now, I'm seeing sellers coming in shortly, even if it's going to be temporal, and I'm going to explain why. So on the daily time frame, there's nothing for me to feed here because there is no valid retracement. This is just it's one candlestick going down. I prefer to have the reds on the other side, right? So go back to the weekly time frame, and here I can see a valid pullback. You know that when it comes to drawing Fibonacci tools, you want to see a valid pullback before you go ahead to take out your new swing. So this is now my view. I'm saying that if price respects this zone and it continues to sell, it is most likely going to sell all the way into the zone. most likely all the way into the zone, right? Now on the daily time frame, you can see that structure already took out, price already took out the structure points, and it is currently here. So on the 4 hour, it's going to be more clear. Right, perfect. So price took out the zone, took out the zone, took out the zone. This looks like a retest. So I went ahead to mark out my most recent swing. A pro tip you can use is, instead of using the candlestick charts, when it's not too obvious for you to mark out, you can use the line chart, so you can see where there were clear pullbacks. Now these pullbacks are valid, but they are not as good as I would prefer. They are too small. I would like to see pullbacks that are, as deep as this or something like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark out the entire thing as my Fibonacci level. So from point A all the way from the top to the bottom. So I'm expecting gold to retrace into the zone, and then we're going to be looking for sell opportunities when price comes into this level and gives us confirmation entries. So the thing with POIs is we don't just draw POIs because we want price to tap in and just take the trades. I know I did that on Euro USD, but that's because I'm confident enough to do that because I've seen the market play out certain times a certain type of way. But for you, depending on your entry strategy, of course, but confirmation entries always give that extra confidence in taking trades, right? It always gives that extra confidence. But yes, this is what I'm looking out for, and until price gives me those confirmations on gold, I'm also looking at GBP/USD, but I don't want to make this video too long. When I see all of that aligned, I'm going to be taking those trades. In the meantime, I am going to create some videos or a carousel post, put it on our social media pages, mine included, and then I'm going to quickly touch on the presentation slide that I have going on. So yes, if you're somebody who has been wanting to come into the forex space and you're not really sure if this is for you, something I highly advise is, if you can find your way to working in an environment that supports your trading goal, I promise you it is even more better, to be honest, so that way you can learn and you can do what you really want to do while making money on the side. So if you're just coming into the forex space, if you can, look for a trading floor close to you, intern if you have to, first for a start, and then eventually, who knows, right? Because that's what I do. I don't just trade the forex market. Like I stated earlier, I'm a trader, I'm a trainer, and I'm also a bot specialist, so I deal with bots as well. But over time, you'd see me more in my zone. Okay, let me not talk too much. I'm just going to go ahead and put up this video now without thinking too much into it. But please don't go anywhere. Subscribe to my channel, follow me, like this video, and please comment so that it gives more momentum to create the next video. And also tell me what you're looking out for today. Let's keep the comments engaged. Bye. I know I said bye, but just a minute. So while I was editing the video towards the end, I realized that I said something that needs more details, so I thought to just pop out that camera and share it. When it comes to trading, especially for people who are total beginners, there is always a 50-50 perspective on how things should be done. There are people who believe that if you're coming into the forex space, give it your all, go hard or go home, pour all your attention to it and make this thing work. And while I agree with it, I also know that there is a certain group of people who do not have someone else that would cater to their financial needs. So if you fall into that category of people who do not have someone who would be able to settle all your bills while you figure trading out, then please get a side hustle. Okay, when trading was made, even when you listen to stories of people who have been in the game for over 20 years, trading was not made for us that put in hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars. Trading was made for the big boys. There's a video on YouTube that you could go and watch, the $1 Billion Day, and you'd see, when you're watching that video, listen to the figures that were being called. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars were being traded in these markets before we now started to have broker platforms that allowed for intraday traders like you and me to be able to engage in the market. Before, it was done by institutions, the banks, right? So what was my point? I think I've lost my train of thought. My point is, you should, as you're starting out, you don't have financial support, please have a stable source of income. I know we go on social media sometimes and we see all of this narrative about the forex space. People will give a wrong narrative about the space. Oh, you just come in 2 months in and you're already making a lot of money. There are people who will do that, but 99% of traders are actually struggling. So if it was as easy as it is made to look, everybody will be freaking wealthy. So trading itself is like going to university again. It takes time for you to master your skills, and not even just the theoretical or the chart aspects of it, even psychologically. So yeah, I'm always pro have something stable on the side while you figure trading out. But if you are not, please tell me. I would love to hear your point of view. I know somebody who is trading or nothing and it worked for him, but that's like the 1% of the 1%. Majority of traders struggle. But yeah, tell me, do you believe in focusing on only one thing, making it work, and leaving every other thing, staying hungry, grinding, locked in, or do you think it is fair to have a stable source of income on the side while you figure trading out, and then when you get to a point where you have consistent profitability, you can now say, okay, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore. It is trading or nothing. I'd love to hear it.